Welcome to KDOL Community Spotlight, the community affairs show bringing our leaders making a positive difference in the lives of our youth. I'm Shonda Scott, your host, and our spotlight today is on African American male achievement, according to hip-hop legend KRS One. That's right, hip-hop legend KRS One was right here in Oakland, California at Edna Brewer Middle School with Chris Chapman, director of the African American Male Initiative in the Oakland Unified School District.
I was blessed less than a year ago to go to a KRS show, and I'm rocking out to KRS. But the brother, a brother that opened up for KRS was his brother Jahi, who again, man, lyric performance, positivity, and we're rocking out. So I was like, man, I gotta meet this brother. And so after the show, I give him my card, and he immediately looked at my card and said, African American male achievement, we gotta talk. The brother called me back, and I mean, really the next day. And it's been on, y'all, ever since then. Now he's leading a group of 25 brothers here at Edna Brewer Middle School and doing transformational work. At this point, let's give a wonderful welcome to Brother Jahi.
KRS One, philosopher, teacher, poet, author, humanitarian, strong brother, born and raised in New York. I'm not going to do the full introduction. If you don't know who KRS One is, I would suggest you really go research. But I will say, 20 years and 20 albums.
UNICEF puts out a writing contest and says, anybody who can write about Africa, we send you to Africa. So a gang member takes on the UNICEF's test. I'll say that again. A gang member took a writing exam. Went in with the jacket on, sat down, took a writing exam about Africa. Won, hands down, beat out the entire city. Gang member, beat the whole city. UNICEF sends him to Africa. He gets to Africa. The Zulu chief there says, you African Americans are doing the same thing we Africans have been doing here for years. It's called tribal warfare. You kill him for your block, he kills you for that block. All y'all done, you don't see that this white dude is controlling everything. Africa Bambaataa took that in. Now notice what I just said. Kevin Donovan went to Africa. But there's a guy named Africa Bambaataa that heard the lesson. Kevin Donovan died in Africa. He became this guy named Africa Bambaataa. And this guy came back from Africa. He's the leader of the biggest gang in New York called the Black Spades. He gains consciousness. He comes back to New York and he says, gangs are over in New York. Look at what I just said. We can't even do that today. He goes back to New York. Imagine, he's one gang. He's the Black Spades. You got the Savage Skulls, Savage Nomads, Young Skulls, this one, that one, the other. He's one gang. He comes up and says, you know what? I just got back from Africa. We're all bugging. We're all bugging. We need to stop this. And here's the other part. Every other gang leader agreed. They agreed, and in New York, gang violence ended overnight. 1974, they started an organization called Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation was all the gangs in New York putting colors down, putting guns, knives down, and now the way we was going to settle our differences was through art. This was genius. This was genius, and it was going on the street level. These are street dudes thinking like this. So now, this thing Kool Herc was doing, attracting B-boys, MCs, graffiti writers, Africa Bambaataa took that whole group and said, okay, here's why we doing this. We doing this for peace, love, unity, and fun. That's the reason we do hip-hop. For peace, love, unity, and joy. That is the only reason to do any of hip-hop's elements. If you do an element, you rap, you draw, you break, whatever you do, if it's not leading to peace, it ain't hip hop. If it's not leading to love, it ain't hip hop. If it's not unifying your people, it ain't hip hop. African American men are their strongest. They're at their strongest when their women are confident, when their women are strong. I mean, where I come from a little place called New York City. Little island, broken up into 5 boroughs. And when I was growing up, a message to all the women here. I was, of course, my story is classic. No father. I'm born in Brooklyn in the 60s. My mother, her name is Jacqueline. She had 2 kids, me and my brother Kenny. Man disappeared. There she is with me and 2 kids, her and 2 boys. She's raising us. She's terrified because she's a single parent, and she's a single parent in the 60s, which was another issue. But she's a single parent, and she has these 2 boys, and she's praying every night. And I will say this to all mothers in a similar situation, in that sense. If you are strong, your kids will be strong. If you're strong, they're strong. And I know this firsthand because I lived a poor life, man. My mother didn't have nothing. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all know about, having welfare and working at the same time. You're not supposed to. Like that, And like, my mother did it all. She drove a cab. I mean, she did it all. And me and my brother, we was proud of her. You see, look at what I'm saying to you. This is African American male achievement. We didn't look up to men. We was trying to compete with them. I'm gonna beat him down. That's men. We looked up to our mother. Everybody in the hood looked up to their mother and looked up to your mother. When your mother walked down the street, your man was like, yo, there's your mom. Straighten up. Everybody respects the mother. The mother. So to put a period here, if there is one thing to achieve, to teach our children, and to also acknowledge during this month, I would point it to women. I would put women at the center of the family. I would have men surrounding women. Women should be thinking for their families. They should be working for their families. They should be protecting their families. This will show the young boys what they're supposed to be doing. That's right. It's the mother that teaches the son, the young man, how to be a man. So mothers that are in the audience today, this African American male achievement is more for you than it is for any black man. It's more for you. You are the reason why we're stumbling. You are the reason why we built the pyramids. You are the reason.